Hi friends, thanks for joining me again. I am going to be painting a still life of strawberries today. It's called Strawberry Daiquiris, anyone? I begin with a block-in using vine charcoal. I have done a dry underpainting. That just means I didn't use alcohol or mineral spirits to set the pastel that I put on there. It's UArt 400, and I put a little bit of blue and mauve on the background and just rubbed it in with an old rag. So right now I am blocking in where the strawberries go, working on I then go in and begin with my dark pastels. I almost always work dark to light, so it'll be dark first, mid-tones, and then my lights. So I'm starting with a deep, deep plum, and you'll notice that this is pretty messy, loose, chaotic. This is the ugly stage. It's a lot of fun just to slap on some pastel and get some of those layers down. We know that we can go back in and refine and define the shapes with negative painting. Here I have the first layer of the shadows down, and I've begun to put in the fun red of the strawberries. So I have a deep red and then a nice bright red. And I've also begun to add the deep dark green of the little leaves that make up a strawberry. These, of course, can be just random strokes. Just take your pastel and set it down and twist it. And you can watch the motion that I make with my hand to create those little leaves. And then I go in and I use progressively lighter greens to give those little leaves some shape. I guess it's called the cap of the strawberry. I think that's cute. And then I add a couple of the little leaves that have fallen off the strawberries in the shadows. I'm now adding more color in the shadow area, and I'm also adding some dark underneath the strawberries to make them sit. It's like a dark, dusty blue. Now I will go in and work a little bit more on the strawberries, add more red. I'm adding a little bit of pink, some orange, a little bit of orangey yellow up by the cap of the strawberries, and adding a little bit more shape to the little leaves, adding some brighter yellow green to give it more depth. You'll notice that I have increased the speed of this video from normal, which would be 1, to 1.5, which is half again as fast. So it's just a little bit faster than normal, and that way we get done a little bit quicker. It's always fun to add the little highlights on these strawberries. It tells us that, yes, it's a strawberry. And then adding the little indentations where the little seeds sit. But you don't want to overdo it. Just a few is all you need. I now feel that I am far enough into this painting to start thinking about the background and what color and what value I need for this background. You'll notice that I am using Terry Ludwig sticks. They are my absolute favorite. They're rectangular, they have a nice sharp edge on them, and I can cut in and refine and define those edges. And as you can see, I'm leaving some of the background there, and I am creating the shapes of the strawberries as I go. This is the fun part, people. You'll notice how the strawberries just come out of the background. Here I am working on the shapes of the shadows. Now these are just random shadows, and you kind of have to think about, okay, what do those shapes actually look like as shadows? The little caps of the leaves. And I had a little trouble with that middle one And you'll see how I go in and scrub it off and try again, redo that shape. It's all about shapes and edges. It's easy to scrub your pastel off with an old dish towel or a paintbrush. Just pull it right off and repaint it. Here's a fun part. We have a little space in between those right hand strawberries. We want to add a little opening. It allows the strawberries to breathe. And you just add a shape. And it's like magic. It opens it right up. You can see it here. Here is where I scrub some of that shadow off and repaint that area. Do some more negative painting and change the shape of those shadows just a bit more to my liking. I've added some more bluish turquoise to the shadow. To all the shadows, and so then I will add just a little bit of that same color up in the caps of the strawberries. When you put one color in one area, you should try to put it in one or two other areas. It keeps your eye moving around the picture plane. Just adding a few more little details to the strawberries. Some little seed pockets, some dark areas, and some lighter little seeds sitting on the top of the strawberries. Just a few more details in the little leaves sitting on the ground. And then I will decide on what color I want my signature to be. I don't want it too bright and bold, but I still want it to be visible. And there we have it. Thanks for watching.